You're about to see 5 kids caught up in the economic slowdown as they see themselves. In partnership with USA Today, Anthony Mason continues our series, CBS Reports, Children of the Recession.
I'm Derek Garcia, I'm 17 years old, and I go to Millennium High School.
My name is Kiosha Thomas, I'm 18 years old, and I attend the Bronx Center for Science and Mathematics.
Reina Ihan, I'm a senior in high school, and I'm 17 years old. And
5 kids.
My name is Sarah, I'm 14 years old, and I live with my mom and my grandma in Jamaica, Queens.
I'm Nanisha Smalls, I am in 6th grade.
5 short films.
I'm a senior at Millennium High School.
5 stories about how the recession is affecting their lives.
It really put my family in like a disorder.
For 12-year-old Lanisha Small, you can hear it in her every sigh.
I don't know how to say it. It's just weird dealing with it because I really didn't know what the recession really was.
But she can tell you the exact month and date she found out.
Last year, November 10th, when she lost her job, we couldn't do certain things. We had to save money. My mom had to get government help because she couldn't afford to pay the rent.
There's nights I did cry. I did because it's like, okay, you know, eviction's gonna come. It did come, by the way.
We had to move in with my Aunt Louise.
Lanisha and the 4 other young directors are all filmmaking students who came to us through the youth programs of New York City's Tribeca Film Institute.
Was it important for you to make these films?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah? Why? Derek, why?
This is a really big moment in our generation. I think it's important for us to let other people know what we're going through.
A lot of kids will take advice from their friends before they'll take it from a grown-up. And it's like, if my friend's talking about it, maybe I should start getting into it.
I don't think adults can tell us how we feel about the recession.
Yeah.
We have to tell them.
Yeah.
All of this, the thing that's missing from it, is really your voice.
Over the past 3 weeks, with the help of their school teachers and the Tribeca Film Institute's staff, they put together their films.
The reason why I really want to get that job is to help my family take off a little bit of the financial burden that we have to face with me going to college in August.
The topics, which they chose themselves, touch on common childhood concerns that have suddenly become more complicated.
The stress of everyone else is contagious. It's like they need to let it out, and sometimes they put it on us too. I asked my mom if I could go to sleepaway camp, but she said, no, Sarah, that's it.
Sarah Ali's mom, who works in real estate, is cutting back on anything that isn't a basic necessity. And that includes something 14-year-old Sarah sees as essential.
Overtime has been cut, so I don't think we're going to camp this year.
My mother can't afford to send me, so this time I have to get a job to help her.
That's a pretty big change, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like from being a kid to being an adult in about 2 months.
My average day starts at 6:30 a.m. I wake up, I get ready for school. My first class starts at 8:15. My school
Kiosha Thomas can relate.
2 p.m. From there, I go home and I get ready for work.
The 18-year-old high school senior started working after school when her father was laid off. He's since found a new job, but she says it pays about $20,000 less than his old one. So Kiosha still pitches in.
In your film, you also talk about how it affects your family.
Yeah.
Because you're all working, right?
Yeah. Me, my mother, and my father, we all work, and the schedules vary. It's like, it's really not a chance that we all sit in one same room and talk. It's crazy. It's juggled around their time. So.
But she considers herself lucky.
Because there's adults 35 and 25 trying to do the same thing we are, simple jobs like a cashier or a sales associate, so it's been really competitive.
Do you feel sorry for those adults?
No.
No.
And I feel sorry, but it's like everybody's in the same situation, so it's not, I don't feel sorry. It's kind of hard to explain. It's like, you feel sorry, but at the time, it's something you want too. So it's kind of like, it's that competitive edge.
Do you feel older?
I feel like an old lady. I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm like, God. I'm like, what? Look at yourself. Like, you're only 18.
I think sometimes it makes me feel younger. Like I don't know what's going on. I feel like a little kid.
So my high school prom is coming up, but I don't want to go, but I want to go, and I don't want to go, but I want to go, and I don't want to go.
For Raina Ihan, who's 17, even her upcoming prom creates anxiety. Is the experience worth the expense?
Yeah, I like this. I want shade.
Her mother wants her to go, but Raina still worries.
Even though I've only spent about 1/10 of what my peers have, I still feel guilty about the expense in these tough economic times. Just seeing my parents, you know, trying to make ends meet. I feel like I have to, every decision I make with money, I have to keep them in mind, because they're the ones working hard for every dollar that I could spend like in a blink of an eye. So.
And it's like now me and my friends, we make this joke every time, like we gotta, yo, you wanna go this place, or you know, you wanna go to movies? It's a recession, man. That's everybody's excuse, like it's a recession.
I never thought about like a recession really affecting me until...
The recession has made it socially acceptable for kids to admit they can't spend.
Now everyone is comfortable talking about, listen, I can't afford this school, or asking a teacher for a fee waiver. Before, you'd probably ask to see the teacher in private, but now everyone's just like, I need one.
Has anything good come out of this recession?
A lot of good sales going on. Yeah.
But you don't have any money to buy.
About the prom, actually, I got like a really good deal on my suit at Macy's.
17-year-old Derek Garcia's film looks at the struggles of affording college.
The college application process is really hard, but the recession makes it even harder, and some of our parents have less money than they used to. My friends got into their first choice colleges, but they can't go. A lot of their colleges are very expensive, $40,000 to $50,000, and they just did not get enough financial aid.
It's just one thing on top of the other, like the recession, the war, new president, all of this stuff going on. It's a really tough
It's a lot to think about.
It's a lot to process.
Do you think your parents have tried to protect you from the recession?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like with my mom and my dad, like they really don't address things till they feel that it's really affected us, and to the point where we're like, okay, what's going on?
My mom, she's the type of person, she doesn't want to sugarcoat anything or kind of hide it from me. So
her mother's candor has given Lanesha perspective.
That sometimes you have to go through things and that your attitude may have to change, which is kind of hard for me because I don't like I think my attitude is just...
They still can't afford their own apartment, but her mom recently started a new job and plans to go back to school.
How did it feel to interview your mom about this?
Well, it felt kind of weird, so to speak. I knew she was going through certain things, and I knew like stress was coming up, but I didn't know how it felt to her and how like she really did want to support me.
The process of shooting their films made all the kids think about their own situations in new ways.
I think that it made me realize even more that everybody has a struggle and everybody has something to relate to, even though you might not see it at first, but it's affecting everybody.
About the cost and the recession, hopefully we could like look back at these films in 20 years and be like, what were we thinking? It's fine.
But for 12-year-old Lanesha, the recession may have forever altered the way she'll remember growing up.
Usually adults look at their childhoods as the best time ever, so you want to have a good childhood because you want it to come out like, not so to speak as a fairy tale book, but a book that when you share it to your children, it comes out decent.
So there's no fairy tale now, is there?
Nope.